Hello, lovelies. Hello, darlings. Hello, sweethearts. Well, if you're part of this community, you better get used to all the sweet names because I'm a sweet name person. So, yeah, welcome back. It's good to have all of you on board. It's good to see all of you again. It's good to speak to all of you again. We are back, and of course, as you all know, it is another time to learn a thing or two about what God has for us, right? Okay. It is about to be quite the insightful moment, section, and I really hope that you learn a few things from this section, okay? Sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself. Today, we're going to be talking about the myopic companion. The myopic companion. The myopic companion. You might be wondering, what exactly are we doing with the myopic companion? Darling, we are all about your wholeness here, and we have to talk about everything that can, stand as a barrier to accomplishing that purpose in um, that era. You get me? Because it is an era that you have to fully bask in and enjoy. So we're going to be talking about everything that is going to stand as an hindrance and how you can work around it and all of that. So let's get right into it. First off, we have to understand what myopic means, and myopic means short-sightedness, the inability to see far, and it is a disease. It is a disease not only medically but psychologically. It is a disease that can hinder you from attaining that height, that purpose, that desire that you intend to achieve. So yes, as I said earlier, it's not only a medical disease, it is a psychological disease, and it is a disease that shouldn't be part of you if you're a part of this community. Yeah. And what is companion? Companion can be defined as the people that you have in your immediate cycle, and they comprise of your family, your friends, and your family again. Your nuclear family, that is your father, mother, your siblings, aunts, uncles, if they have that effect on you, if you're that close to them, and your friends, your people that you spend your time with, you know that you are also your companion. You as a person, you are your companion. As a matter of fact, you are your most important companion. Because at the end of the day, when you leave your friends, you leave your family, and you are alone, what are you saying to yourself? What are you thinking? What are you saying to yourself? What are you thinking? What are what are you envisioning? So you are also part of the companion. And then finally, we have the other family, which is your spousal relationship. It could be your boyfriend, your courts, who you are courting, your husband, that is what we are more specific about, your husband and your wife, as the case may be. So those are your companions, at least those are your companions that have access to, your your mind in a way. Yes. And then how does myopic companion affect the outcome of your life? There are three ways. There are three ways that myopic companion can affect the outcome of your life. And number one is in their speech, what they say. What are they saying? When you come to them with that big dream, with that big, vision, with that big, with that thing that you have not dared to do before, and then you finally decide to dream big. You finally decide to, go over your fears and all of that and just want to do something that has not really been done in your lineage or as you personally have. What are the people in your life saying? What are the immediate people, your friends, your family, your husband, your wife? What are they saying? So what they say is going to determine, a lot of things, the outcome of your life, whether you will continue to a very large extent, whether we like it or not, to a very large extent, what our close people say about our dreams. if they clap for us or if they repel the vision is going to determine if we're truly going to, proceed with that, vision and all of that. And then we have their actions, what they do and how they react. How are they reacting to, that vision? How are they reacting to the things that you say? How are they reacting? What do they do? Are they receptive of your vision? Are they receptive of your dream? Are they like, oh girl, oh boy, you finally date a dream. We are so happy for you. We are solidly behind you. We are solidly beside you. Whatever you want us to do, just say the word, and we are going to make sure that just say the word, and we are going to make sure that we do as much as possible to support you and all of that. Is that their reaction? Or are they saying, you again, you have come with these your big dreams. Eh, you again, this, that. What makes you think you'll be able to achieve this one? What makes you think you'll be able to achieve this one? What makes you think that you have the capacity to, carry out this thing that you are talking? What is your reaction? Look, be sensitive. Be sensitive. And then finally, under how does myopic companion affect the outcome of your life, then the final one we have their silence. What are they not saying, or what do they not say? There are sometimes that silence can be definite. You get, like, silence can be so, it could be so silent. There'll be no noise. At the same time, it can be so loud. Is their silence, and what are they not saying? You get that you're just keeping quiet and looking at you, and they're like, and we have heard you. What does that even mean? What does your silence even mean? Do you get me? And that brings us to, if you are part of this community, by now you're supposed to have your journal, honestly. You're supposed to have your journal. So that brings us to knowing and realizing the kind of friends, the kind of companion you have by your side, especially your friends. Because at the end of the day, you cannot necessarily choose your family, but you know what you can do? You can choose your spouse and you can choose your friends. You get? And you have that right to choose what works for you. Yes, you have that right to choose what works for you. And now that you are part of this community, I'm going to show you how you're going to do that. Take that journal that you have, because as I already said, if you're part of this community, you should have a PREACHERPENIEL's journal for all our, teachings and discussions. Now write out the list of the names of all your friends, your spouse included, or your intended spouse included. Now, write out all the things that they do. What are the things that they do that you like? What are the things that they do that you like? When you bring something new to them, what is their reaction? How do they react? So write out all the things that if I'm sure that this is not the first time you bring something to their table, to the general table. So how do they react to you bringing a new thing on the table? How do they react? So write out their reaction, the things, at least two things that they do that you like. And then write out two things that they do that you do not like. You get? Do you understand? Write it out under every name, every list, every name. Maybe you have Emanuela, you have Gabriela, you have Isabella. Don't mind me with the Bellas. And then just write out two things that you like about each of them and what you do not like about each of them. You get? And then also your spouse. Write out what you like about them, how they react to the things that you say and all of that. And then after you're done writing it out, if you see that the things that you like about them is stronger, we're not talking about, oh, I like them because they're always ready to go out every time. Life is more than always wanting to go out and all of that. You have to start dreaming big. So when you write it out, look at it very well. What is the thing that you like about them? Does it carry weight? You get, does it carry weight? Does that thing that you like about them, is it weighty? Is it honorable? Is it something that in the long run, when you know that you bring something different on the table, when you dare to dream, when you dare to be different, are there going to, is that thing, that characteristic, that attribute that they possess that you like, is it going to support that vision? Or is the thing that you do not like, the things that you do not like about them, is it going to repel your vision in the future? And when you sit down and think about all of this, reach out to them, okay? Reach out to them. So I was taking a study about my friendship, and I noticed that, the strength is not as weighty as the weaknesses in our friendship and all of that. So, and I want us to work on it and all of that. And then, check out the reaction. What is their reaction to what you have said? Are they willing to change? If they say they are willing to change, you tell them how you would want them to, to be better friends to you moving forward, and just give them a space of 1 to 3 months, if that is not too much, to see if they're actually making efforts to, to work things out. But if you see that that is not the case, darling, you know what to do. I'm not going to tell you everything. You know what to do. You know what is best for you, because in this community, everybody is up. Everybody is shining. Everybody is shining. This wholeness gives right to your shining in every area of life, in every facet of life. So you understand? Good, good, good. Everybody is shining. So your friends has to be in alignment. Your husband, your wife has to be in alignment. Your family has to be in alignment. You also talk to your family about it, because you cannot change your family, but you can talk to them. And you're like, moving forward, I do not really like this part about you, you're always trying to tear me down. You're always trying to do this. You're always trying to do that. You are more of that than the positive. And moving forward, I would want a different, reaction to things. I would want to, you get what I'm trying to tell you? Good. And see how they react. Give them an ultimatum that, if you do not do this moving forward, I will be forced to do what works for me. I will decide, I'll be forced to decide on what works for me. Because at the end of the day, darling, if you do not show up for yourself, nobody will. If you do not take your journey seriously, nobody will. If you do not take yourself seriously, nobody will. And how are you seen as somebody that takes yourself seriously and things? By the decisions you make, by the conversations that you have, by the matters that you address. That is how you take yourself seriously. I hope that helps you. Really, I hope that helps you. So continue. We're going to, see, that before that, we're going to see the reactions, so that when when you get a myopic reaction, we're going to see a reaction of somebody that is short-sighted, and we're going to see a reaction of somebody that is, receptive of your dreams, receptive of your vision, receptive of your assignment, or that different thing you're trying out. You get. So we're going to see the difference between the myopic reaction and the receptive reaction. Number one, the myopic reaction condemns the vision. It condemns the vision. That was the case with Joseph. I don't know how many of you know that Bible, that story. There was a story with Joseph. He had this big dream that God had revealed unto him. And out of excitement, out of joy, he went and, he communicated this vision to his family. And of course, his brothers, very specifically, they were not receptive of this dream. The first thing that they did was condemn the vision. They were like, why will he be the one to be the king? Why will he be the one? So are you telling us that we are going to bow at your feet? That was the only thing they could hear. They did not hear that their brother was about to be, God was about to celebrate their brother. They did not hear that through him, that he was going to be the reason why nations of the earth, experienced a difference, experienced a turnaround. They did not hear that one. The one that they heard was that they were going to bow down to their brother. So the first thing a myopic person will do is try to condemn your dream, try to condemn your vision, try to condemn you, try to condemn the whole thing. You get, but a receptive person, a friend, a companion that is receptive of your vision will receive your dream. They will be happy. Oh, my darling, maybe you're the type of person that just always wanted to play safe. You didn't want to dream too much so that you will not get your heart broken too much and all of that. And then you finally decide to, dare a little. You just decide to go the extra mile just a little. And they're like, oh, my darling, I am so happy that you finally see the need to dream. They will be so happy. They will receive the dream. They will be receptive of the dream. You get me? And then the number two reaction of a myopic person, the number two reaction of a my the number two reaction of a myopic person to that your vision, to that your dream is that they will ask questions. And the questions will not be questions that are directed to, seeing how to bring this dream to reality, seeing how to bring this vision to reality, seeing how to bring it to manifestation, seeing what they can do, to facilitate the process and all of that. The questions will be how to contain you. Still on the condemnation. It will be how to say, why must it be you? Why must it be you? Who are you? Who do you think you are to dare to dream such a dream? Who are you? Why must it be you? Question like, why must it be you? Why should it be you? Try to question your capacity to carry that dream. You're like, you've not tried this kind of thing before. Are you sure? Are you sure you have what it takes? And sometimes it will sound as though it is from a place of concern, but darling, be sensitive. Be sure. Be absolutely sure that it is from a place of concern rather than from a place of content. Because if it's from a place of content, they will try as much as possible to see to it that you do not manifest that thing. You get. But if it is from a place of condemn, you get, and you realize it on time, you will know how to trade. You will know how to trade. You will know how to trade with them. Yes, you'll be wise. You get me? That is why it is very important, especially as somebody that has a dream, that has a vision, that you be sensitive. Be sensitive. Do not just move around like that. Be very sensitive. And then the other person, the reaction of the person that is quite receptive about your dream is that they will encourage you. They will encourage you. They will be happy after being happy and receiving the dream. They will encourage you. Oh, baby girl, yes, you have it in you. We have always been rooting for you. We knew that you had it in you. And finally, we are happy that you are manifesting the side of you. They will encourage you. They will embrace its fullness, the fullness of your dream, the fullness of your vision, the fullness of your assignment, and they will fill you in on everything that they need. They will carry out researches for you. They'll be like, okay, you know what I'm going to do for you? Maybe they're good. This one that is good in finance will think of ways. They'll be like, okay, I'm going to research on how you're going to get sponsors for this thing. You get me? You get my point. And the other person that is good in law will be like, okay, I'm going to research on how you're going to, get your contract and all of that, and how to, get yourself a good lawyer and all of that. That's going to be taking care of the writings, and you get me. They would always come up with ideas that will help the vision. And then the last reaction of a myopic person is that they will try to destroy the manifestation of this vision. They will try as much as possible to destroy the manifestation of this vision. Yes, that is why earlier I said that it is important that you be sensitive, that their questions are not out of content, but out of concern, you know, out of concern, out of love, out of, that way you will know how to trade. Because the myopic person, after they have finished condemning the dream, asking questions to try and bring down your what do I say? Try to bring down your ego. You get try to bring down your confidence. The next thing they're gonna do is try as much as possible to hinder, to stop, to set a barrier to the manifestation of your vision. So that is very important that is why it's very important rather. That is why it's very important that you tread carefully and you be very, very sensitive to the assignment. And then under the receptive friend, the far-sighted friend, the one that sees beyond, their reaction is that they will allow you to spread your wings and fly. There will be no jealousy, no contempt. All they will just have is gratitude that finally their friend is, soaring on eagle's wings. So they will allow you to spread your wings and fly, opening you up to the possibilities that you can achieve if you can only continue dreaming. So you see, I am here to help you. I am here to make your journey a little less stressful. Okay. So that is it for the reactions of the different reaction between the myopic companion and the hyperopia, because opposite of myopic is the hyperopia. Yes, the friend that sees farther, that is far-sighted, the one that sees beyond the now. Okay. And you must also realize that you shouldn't always only be expecting. As a good friend, make sure that you are not also the myopic companion. Because just as you are listening to this, they too are listening to this. And just as you'll be doing your own analysis, they too will be doing their own analysis. And if they realize that you are the myopic companion, you know what is going to happen, right? So try as much as possible to not to be the myopic companion, Do not be that myopic companion. And you must also understand that being myopic is okay. Yeah, it is okay to be myopic because at the end of the day, not everybody are exposed to the same to this. No, listen, no, hear me out now. Not everybody are exposed to the same knowledge. Not everybody are exposed to the same insight. Not everybody are exposed to the same, revelations and all of that. But what is not okay is when you want to remain myopic. When you want to remain myopic, it's not okay. It's not okay. You can start off being myopic. However, wanting to maintain the myopic status is something that it will not be accepted. Yes. And another thing that will not be accepted is not only wanting to maintain the myopic status, but also wanting to spread your myopic mentality to other people. You do not want to grow, and you do not want another person to grow. Darling, that is witchcraft. Yes, that is witchcraft, broad daylight witchcraft. So that is not what we. That is one thing we're not going to. That is one thing we're not going to accept. That is one thing we're not going to condone. So make sure that you are not the myopic companion. Try as much as possible to dream big, learn, acquire knowledge, and see what you can truly get from life. Do not be afraid. I understand that fear will always come in, but look at it really well. Have faith in yourself. Even though the fear comes to play, occasionally, let it not take over your life completely. Have faith in God. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in yourself, please. Trust God. Trust God. Trust God. And I believe that He will show up for you. Okay? Good. Now, how does myopic companion affect your wholeness? Remember that wholeness is all about healing all around. Psychological healing, physical healing, spiritual healing. Healing all around and just being able to balance everything and have the perfect life. When I say the perfect life, I do not mean a life that is void of challenges. I do not mean the life that is void of, void of situations, because there will always be situations. There will always be, challenges. I just mean a balanced life, a life where you know, not as per the standards of every other person, but as per what really makes you fulfilled and genuinely happy, that you are doing well for yourself. That is the kind of life that we call the whole life. The kind of life where you do not need a validation from another person to know that you are doing well for yourself. You do not need the validation of another person to know that you are doing your best. You do not need the validation of another person to be happy. That is a whole life. A life that is balanced all around. A life that is healed, void of traumas, void of damages, of hurts, and all of that. Or even though you're hurt, you do not allow it to destroy you. You just take it as one of those things that happen and you move on. You get. So now, how does myopic companion affect your wholeness? Remember that the people we have around us, whether we like it or not, play a vital role in the way we come out, in the way we turn out. That is why there is this popular saying that goes this way: show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. And the Bible says that bad communication corrupts good manners. That is to show you how important our companion is. Who your companion is in the long run will determine who you become or who you will be. So, yes, how do they now affect the outcome of your wholeness? If your friends, your family, every time you're trying to do something that you know deep in your heart that this is what you need for you to genuinely be fulfilled, and they're like, you this girl, you have started again, or you this man, you have started again. Darling, honestly, you know what to do. You know what to do. At this point in your life, I do not care if you are 10. At this point in your life, your friends should not be choosing you. Your friends should not be choosing you. Choose your friends, and let your friends align with where you are going to. It is better to be friendless. It is better to be friendless. It's better to be single. It's better to be alone than to be filled with people that constantly make you feel the need to question your journey. No, your friends are supposed to support you. And when they see that you are not doing what is right, with love, correct you. Not that when you are trying to be, when you dare to be different, you dare to do something that genuinely brings you peace and wholeness. They'll be like, are you not seeing how other people are doing? Are you not seeing how other people? Who are the ones that are setting the standards that we live by? Who are the ones setting it? At the end of the day, most often than not, a lot of persons are living life as per the standards of other people. That is why no matter how much you tend to achieve, no matter how plenty you tend to achieve, you still cannot find your fulfillment, because what you are striving to achieve is not something you have sat down and thought. This thing, is it something that truly brings me joy? Is it something that truly brings me fulfillment? You are striving to achieve something as per the standard of another person. Say, oh, it made her happy, it should make me happy. No, no. So that is how your companion affects your wholeness. If your companion is always questioning your journey, always questioning your drive to want to go to the gym, your drive to always want to eat healthy, your drive to always read your Bible, your drive to always want to go to church. Are you a church rat? Really? Really? As somebody that loves church, as somebody that loves going to church, as somebody that loves God, What are you doing being friends with somebody that doesn't? In the long run, whether you like it or not, you will see yourself slacking. You will see yourself slacking because your immediate companion, the people that you run to, the people that you tell your challenges to, are not in alignment. Are not in alignment. So please, the next time you accept that friendship request from somebody, ask them what their life goal is. Ask them what their life goal is. Okay? See you in our next video. God bless you. It was so nice to have all of you on board, and I hope to see all of you again in our next video. Until then, take care of yourself, love God, stay home, check your friendship cycle, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on all our social media platforms, and just be good, okay? Just be good, just stay safe, and choose you. Choose you, no matter what happens. Choose you. I love you, but you know who loves you most already. God. Bye.